that can read it can see it, right? Okay. Anyhow, I'm wearing blue today, just just for the just for the comparison. But anyhow, um, yeah, let's use my favorite color. I like the color blue, right? Let's say everyone I come across is the color red. Now these people that are red are gonna, the people that are red are gonna be like, Lisa, why don't you like me? And I'm like, well, you're not my favorite color, right? So instinctually, the first idea is gonna be like, oh well, I'm going to mask as blue, right? Let's say like the red's starting to change to blue, and I start seeing purple, and I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense because someone out there loves the color red, and you're out here trying to impress somebody that likes the color blue. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any fucking sense. And I keep seeing this constantly, and I don't know whether to laugh, to cry, or to like fucking, I don't know what to do, right? Like emotionally, humans are supposed to like act out when this shit happens. Ugh. So now all these people are acting like the color blue is starting to make me hate the color now, right? And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna push everything away now. And then it's like, Lisa, why did you do that? Why did that happen? I'm like, because you're the cause of it. Like, where else would I react that way? Oh my god. They gotta like, once you guys start off where it's like I'm the problem, then everything solves itself. Right? It's like, Lisa, like I'm too tall. I'm like, well that's a you problem, right? Don't say you're too tall and then gaslight me and say like I'm too short. You know what I mean? Like then we're starting to get into like idiotic problems that don't need to exist. According to the, I don't know if it's the Bible or one of the other books, so like the word scripture and things, worship and scripture, and those things are foreign to me, right? Because those are only heard on the Bible side, because when I hear Hindu stuff is different, right? But anyways, according to those books, I can't remember what story, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Somebody fasted for like 40 days, right? And I'm like, how the fuck, like, of course it had to be a man, right? Because if it was a woman, like, you'd be dead. Could you imagine having to fast on your period? Like, I get the most hungry when I'm bleeding, right? Anybody who knows me well enough knows that. All the pieces of shit that are supposed to know me and don't know that, like, they can go fuck themselves, okay? But I eat the most when I'm bleeding, right? Because I have to make up for that blood loss. So I'm like, I can't see myself fasting for fucking 40 days. You know what I mean? Like, to fast for that week alone would be the most fucking torturous thing I could possibly do to myself. I'm like, why would I put myself through that shit? Like, what does that do? Right? And I never had God come up to me and tell me, I'm like, Lisa, why don't you pray? Why don't you worship me? That kind of thing. He's never done that. He's just like, he comes and sees me when he wants to fucking see me. You know what I mean? The last thing he told me I can't sign anything because you guys are in the picture now, right? Because now I know. He said I can't sign anything on my own. He's got to be present and someone else has to be present. And then he made fun of me and he called me a marshmallow because the other day, so I told him I'd come back in pristine condition in comparison to like one of the other lifetimes when I came back all fucked up. I didn't want to be mad this time, right? I'm like, okay, it's the last time. I'll do everything properly. I'll come back fine, right? And one day when I was using the air fryer, my hungry ass couldn't wait anymore. I guess I was hangry at the point, right? Because I couldn't wait. I ended up burning myself. I've been waiting for it to fade long enough so I'm like, you guys won't notice, but it's still there. I was like, fuck, go away. I burnt myself. I don't remember what I was making, okay? I was like, it was a long day. I've done enough shit. I'm like, I just need to eat and like pass out, right? So I couldn't wait. I reached my hand over and I ended up burning my hand. Flowers wasn't there, so I was like, fuck. He's still not here. But anyhow, when I had that dream and he came to see me, he's like, what happened to your hand? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Nothing happened to my hand. He said, why did you self-inflict harm on yourself? And I was like, I didn't do it intentionally. I wasn't in my right sense, okay? I was I was hungry. What did you want me to do? So then he laughed at me and called me marshmallow, and then he said I have to wait to heal this on my own because normally flour takes care of my body. And he was right there laughing at me, not wanting to help me. So I was like, you know what, fine. So it's been a couple months now and this mark hasn't fucking gone away. Which makes me mad because he keeps calling me marshmallow. I'm like, it's not my fault. I still don't know how to use fucking fire energy and it keeps fucking... hate it. That's the last thing he said to me. Right? I haven't seen him in a while since the sky thing and all the other weird shit. Yeah, so another reason why I'm wearing long sleeves, so you can't see that mark. But anyhow. Yeah, I feel self-conscious about my body there. So we're talking about body issues. Now I got fucking 3 burn marks. What the fuck? I have this one. I don't know if you guys notice it or whatnot, but like this one I don't like people seeing my marks, right? That one was from baking cookies, which I aced. I don't know if you guys know that story. I feel like I told that already. I've told that so many times. I got my negligent burn mark here. And then I got this one recently and I was like, fuck, why are we collecting burns? When I did my CPR training, there's a whole section on that too. So then I'll talk about that in the next, when I come back, right? Okay, last thing is identity issues. I feel like with clones, that's a big thing. Right? Like the body thing, maintaining the body, having to play a character, blackmail, and then the identity thing is like a big thing here. Yeah, it's up to you guys. Like, you guys know when we're close, I refer to everybody with different names, right? It's the same thing too. I hate hearing my government name because my name sounds like such a fucking curse. Right? The Indians call me goddess, and then the white folk call me happiness, right? And then I'm like, I don't feel either of those things. So stop calling me that. Only the people who are close with me call me nicknames, right? Like, then, like, because my ear's attuned to that. I don't know. Let me know what I'm supposed to call you. But anyway, Selena, that's like all I have to say here on clones, right? Like, that's a lot. We're almost at 3 hours. I want to keep going till my phone dies. I don't know if I gotta transfer out the footage and whatever the fuck I have to do and then plug it in, but I'm gonna keep going for as long as I can. Even though I shouldn't, because I have other things I have to go and do, and then I'm gonna get yelled at by other people because they're like, Lisa, why don't you do this, this, and this? I'm like, there other important things came up. Like, I don't know if I have to go email Maddie. She's another one I talk about. She gave me this pen, but anyhow. Story's not gonna make sense if I don't, right? Like, I can't talk about this now. Why does my voice keep breaking? What the fuck? Yeah, okay, that's all I have to say about clones, I think. Unless you want to go further about awards. I want to talk about only murders and stuff, but we'll talk about that on the other one, right? I'll keep all the lighthearted stuff for the other stuff because the humans are gonna be watching. But anyhow, I don't know if you want to talk about award shows, the Olympics, concerts, all the demonic shit right now, but like if you want to, we can go further later, right? Tell me what to do. I've got like one too many people calling for my energy right now, so I know I should be speed running this, but we can't speed run through this because it's a lot. Okay. So yeah, main thing for the cloning thing, like, is it clones? Is it energy transfer? Like, what the fuck is it? Like, they also refer to you guys as robots too, right? And then they're talking about like demon possession because you guys all have that one eye twitch. So I don't know. Make sense of it to me, okay? We'll come back to that later. But I think for now, that's all I have on the cloning section, right? Because this is like here. Okay. Where do we go off from here now? Jesus. So I know there's a lot of inhuman beings, but I don't know what we're talking about here. And I know that most of them look human, which is what's annoying me because I'm like, okay, if we have to define this, like, how do we define this? Right? Like with angels, they define them with wings. With clones, like to me, it's like talking about twins. Right? But I'm like, how do you define that? Like each of them have like a different birthmark or something. Like it's hard to like, how do I there's like a subtle change. It's like spot the difference, right? And I'm like, fuck. Anyways, someone's gonna have to compile if there isn't already, because I know you guys have databases of all kinds of crazy shit, right? Someone's gonna have to compile a list of all the I guess I don't know if we're gonna I don't know what we're calling them, right? Are we calling them, because if they're half human, they're still considered not human, right? So are we like calling this the not human list, or like the inhuman list, or like half not? I don't know what we're calling this, because we know for a fact clones aren't human, right? But then they do share similar traits, right? Like with the with the consciousness thing, with like just like social stuff, like like I don't know. Yeah, somebody compile that list, right? Because if we're going in that same train of thought, there's like, if we're looking at the fairy tales, because I have looked at all of this, if we're looking at like witches and aliens and lizards and sea creatures and giants, and if I missed any, sorry. These are just the most like I don't want to say famous. Famous ain't the right word, but you know, these are the most well-known ones right now. If we're talking about all this shit, because it never made sense to me back when I was in uni, and I was like, how come God wants me to come on here and just fucking run my mouth, right? Like that's my God-given gift, right? Speaking of which, oh my god, you know that one video where I'm like reading with my new deck and then that parrot card comes up? My brother was he woke up and he was there and he was the one helping me read that day, because he came back and I saw him in a dream and he's like, you're so noisy, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to sleep. But I was like, what the fuck? I saw him when I was here, I think last year. I haven't seen him since, but he's probably hearing me. He's probably like, shut the fuck up, you talk too much. So I know when he's here because then I sense that feeling. Anyways, because they're like, Lisa, how are you able to read? Like, where's this coming from? It's coming from one of them, right? So like, I'm not scared of like the dead and ghosts, because I know they're the ones been helping me the whole time. And I'm like, normal people are just like, no, Lisa, they're like, you're not supposed to do that type of shit. And I was like, well, I guess I'm a fucking witch, right? Because that's what they call me. They keep treating me like a fucking reject and keep calling me weird ass shit. But now I feel it, like, to me, like, I shouldn't feel comfortable talking to you guys, but like I do, because like I understand a lot of this shit, right? Okay. I feel like the most important thing we need to talk about, since we're talking about celebrities and shifting over from clones and shit, we should be talking about the lizard people. I feel like don't laugh or get angry at me for saying that. Okay, because I don't know how to define this yet, right? It's like if you guys call me human, right? Like, to me, I'd be offended. I'd be like, what the fuck? I have a name, right? Right? But I'm just using lizard as an umbrella term because I don't know all the specifics yet, right? It's like if you guys just call me human without knowing that, like, there's white people, brown people, Asian people, black people, that kind of thing, right? So like, I'm coming from that kind of a standpoint, right? So I'm like, don't take offense. It's just, this is how I'm going to describe it right now, because I don't know what to call it, because I know there's different categories of lizard, right? It's just like, I don't know what kind. Okay, don't get mad at me. It's like if you guys me calling you lizard is like you calling me human, right? And then it's like, if I don't know all the specifics, but then if you guys were to specifically call me an Indian, which I would be like, which type of Indian are you talking about? Are you talking about like a native Indian? Are you talking about Indian, like them set? Or are you talking about the slave Caribbean section, which is my section, right? Like, what type of Indian are you referring to, right? It's the same thing. It's like, I don't know what I'm referring to here, so I'm going to use the umbrella term lizard, okay? Because I don't know all the subsets. And I don't know how many there are and what they're called and all of that stuff. It's like, at least you can go and search for it. But I'm like, you guys would you rather me go and look at all the misinformation than have you guys directly tell me, right? Like, we're having a discussion, right? Would you want me to like find out that way? It's like you guys doing your research on me first. It's like, oh, Lisa's an Indian, right? And then you coming up to me talking to me, but you're acting very racist because you don't understand that there's different types. Right? It's the same shit, but like I take offense. It's offensive, right? But I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how else to like talk about this. Okay, we're moving from clones to the lizard people now. Okay, it's been 3 hours. My God. I don't know. Like, I know the energy is gonna be really weird when I upload this, so I don't know if I should upload this right away and then record the next one, or if I should record both of them then upload. But then we're gonna be waiting on this one, and then there's gonna be a lot of time taken away from everyone else to like watch this. It's such a pain in the ass for me. Okay. I know there's like the pyramid, there's a hierarchy bullshit, but I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm like, I'm at the bottom. They say when you're stupid, you're usually happier, right? So the fact that there's people walking around like they're daydreaming, I don't know if you guys envy that, right? Anyhow, let's talk about the lizard people. Does Lisa think they're monsters? Again, I'm not sure because I know for a fact they don't do things without a reason for doing so, right? Like hiding, because they don't. You guys are. I can. When I see all these different types of beings, I always see mazes and tunnels, right? And then I see the most beautiful scenery that I've ever seen, right? So I'm like, this isn't making sense. Like when I go to see God, there's like a whole bunch of doorways and things, but I can never get there on my own. Right? He's either got to come up and find me, or he's got to call me in to see him, right? So like I can never find that place on my own. It's the same thing here. We know for a fact there's like tunnel systems, or like what are they talking? They're calling it Hollow Earth. To me, that's such a fascinating concept, and it's also scary and confusing, right? Because like now we gotta figure out how to navigate life like this, right? It's like, okay, if you got the celeb, the powerful kind are going to be among us, right? So they're going to be, again, the wolf in sheep's clothing thing where they're hidden, but we can't tell. Although you could tell from like the idiotic behavior, but you know what I mean. Okay, so now we're talking about lizards. We're talking about, okay, do they want to control people? Which I don't think is fair. Okay, if we're talking about, because okay, from the get-go, I don't think they're monsters, right? Because they don't do anything for no reason, right? They're just doing them in a really fucking shady way, right? Because if you ask me, it's like, Lisa, are humans good? I'm like, yo, there are good and there are bad people, right? And right now there's more bad people than there are good. So now if we're looking at like the lizard people now, I'm like, does that apply to them too? Right? It's like, is it just a select few that are in power that are fucking stupid and we gotta fucking fuck them up, right? Because they're doing a lot of dumb shit. Or is it a good amount of them doing this? Because if it's a good amount, now we're going to run into problems. And I told you, now we're going to come into these discussions where we have to talk about, you know, like food resources and stuff without doing things in a shady fucking manner. Because I know if you guys logically, people are naturally empathetic and understanding, and they would forgive all the bullshit, because they're like, why would God let such a being that would cause me harm exist? You know what I mean? Like, say for example, you guys need blood or something from me, right? And it's like, what's stopping you from draining the blood out of my body and killing me, right? Like, there has to be a reason why God has you guys existing, right? Like, you serve a purpose. There's no way you guys exist for no reason, right? We're all here for whatever fucking reason. Whether it was a good reason or a bad reason, who fucking knows, okay? When I go to talk to God, I'm gonna have so many fucking complaints, okay? I gotta list them all down and I send them to him, okay? because I don't pray, I don't worship. Those types of things are all like Western things. Like those things, I don't understand what that means. Right? I never had to do that. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Right? So for one of you to come up to me and be like, "Yo, Lisa, like I own you and I control you," I was like, "Fuck no! What the hell? If I did that to you, would you be okay with that shit? Like what the hell?" It's like last time I checked, you needed me, motherfucker. Like what the fuck? Ah. That's actually a good point too. If there's a power imbalance where it's like you need me more than I need you, like that's already like a really fucked up situation to be in, because it's not coming from a loving place. Which then brings me to my next point is like all the spirits that ever came to me, they all told me that like everything stemmed from love. So I'm like, okay, humans are very loving beings, right? Angels are supposedly loving beings. God's a loving being. Okay, whether he's done some fucked up shit or not, he's like, when you get down to it, he is. So then if we come to every other like half human thing now, if you're looking at like clones and like lizards and all types of things, I'm like, deep down somewhere there is a loving nature there, right? Because if there wasn't, they wouldn't exist. They just don't know how to like do it properly. But anyhow. Yeah, if you guys come and you tell me, I'm like, Lisa, I want to have control over you. I'm like, would you want that over yourself? And I'm like, if the answer is no, then you shouldn't be doing shady shit. If I'm like what the fuck? It sounds like relationship issues too. You know what I mean? Like, you know when you get into a relationship with the wrong person and you're like, I need this person for like you need you're with the person out of need, right? So it's already bound to fail from the get-go. You're not there because you want them, you're there because you need them, right? Like I need this person for food, shelter, money, whatever the fuck, that it's already fucking doomed. It's the same thing here. It's like if you want to have a relationship with the humans, right? And you're like, I need them for like food or for money or for whatever in the fuck, because there's a right, like you guys are I gotta talk about the work thing later because I learned about that when I went to go do training. But work and stuff all started from like mines, right? And like if the inhuman beings need gold, oil, whatever the fuck from us, like there has to be a reason for it, right? Like I don't understand. Right? That's where it fails from the get-go. Right? Like it's like it's not like a parasitic type of relationship, but it's a relationship where it's like it's doomed from the start, right? Like if you guys are like, we need humans for their blood, for example. Let's say you say that, for example, and it's like, well, people are gonna be like, well, you need me more than I need you. Why the fuck would I ever do anything, right? Like now it's coming from a place of like, well, fuck, I have to control them, otherwise I'm fucked, right? It's coming from that like fearful place, right? Where again, I'm telling you guys, like fear is a learned. You're not innately born with that. It's like where did those fears unlock from, right? It's like, oh well, I guess I'm not gonna place myself in a fuck situation. I might as well fuck over the other person I need, right? Which is where all the shady shit is coming from. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, now we have to have these types of discussions now, because for you guys to come out like freely without like having to worry about, oh well, people are gonna like attack me as soon as they see me, right? That happens. So I can talk about this now, right? So I never thought I'd be able to talk about this, but you guys did guess before, right? So I told you there's like a few inhuman parts to my human nature. One of them being naturally, I don't want to talk about this because it sounds so fucking crazy, but naturally, you know, my inhuman nature, one of that being that like, I derive from snakes, right? So I don't know if you guys like. I know some of you know that, and you're not like creeped out or whatever by now. But I'm like, because I keep bringing up my throat. My throat's been going off, right? Maybe that's why. My spirit derives from things that. So like, I can't remember which spirit, but I remember it might have been Gabriel, right? Because one of them's always laughing at me. They're always like, the scary thing is always like naturally I'm a scary being, right? And then to be scared of something else, they always found that hilarious, right? So I'm looking at it the same way, right? I'm like, when you look at it from a different perspective, then things start to feel a little lighter, right? When I go back, they want me to stay in human form, but anyways, when I was in snake form, right, like my original form, I have to tell you the dream I have with my brother too, because his nickname for me is Bracelet, because I'm always the small little thing. He always calls me that, right? But anyways, I'll come back to that too. I miss him quite a bit, but I know like he's annoying as fuck. How dare you call me a parrot? He's been doing that recently because I'm supposed to go see the others, but I'm like, now they don't want me to switch up. They're like, stay as a person. I was like, what the hell? Anyhow, so naturally I come from snakes, right? So first instinct, right? People assume all of them are venomous and aim for the head, right? Which is why in a good couple of lifetimes that my throat's fucked up for the amount of times that I've been beheaded, right? Which is so fucked. If you look at the human stories, earth snakes derive from what? Okay? I don't have to fill in the blanks, okay? I already told you I'm a higher level being, right? So there's like, right? Okay. It's funny too. I had a good couple of spirit attacks on me, and I'm like, do you know who the fuck you're dealing with? Oh my god, it was hilarious. I'm like, okay. I didn't feel ill intent. It's just that I'm like, why is this happening to me? You know what I like now? Like recently, more and more people are having pet snakes, right? And I'm like, I feel comfortable in that situation. It's the same thing. It's like, can you imagine being something that makes somebody uncomfortable, but they're still going out of their way to make you feel comfortable? Like that's such a blessing in itself. Oh my god. I told you they treat me like a reject. They never want me near. But then when shit goes and happens, they're like, Lisa, I need you for this. And I was like, well, fuck. I use my hair as an example, right? But when I'm in snake form, they always come from my scales, right? Anyhow, I can relate to you guys on this sense, right? If we're talking about reptiles and lizards, because I told you my temperature runs cold, right? I don't have to eat as I told you if I eat frequently, that would freak them out. I am not venomous. Them bastards keep fucking attacking me for I don't know what fucking. They keep looking at me like I'm a threat just because they don't know how to fucking counter it. But anyways, so in this context now, I can relate to you guys in this sense, right? Because I'm like, I know not all of them are monsters, and I know there's a good. You know what else freaks me out? Okay, we got the human population, right? Humans are used to seeing other humans, right? Whether they trust them or not is a different situation, right? Like we're always worried about someone attacking us, right? If the human population is like this, what's unsettling to me is I don't know the population of the other inhuman beings, right? I told you it could be at least half, right? And I can't sense them and I can't tell. Like for me, if I had to come up to, if you guys were, I feel like it'd be really rude if there was a lizard person standing in front of me. All I want to do is stare and like touch their skin, right? Because humans have like, you can't process things without using your senses, right? With snakes, they use their tongues, right? Like to understand the world around them. It's the same thing. It's like if there was a lizard person in front of me, the first thing I want to do is touch them, right? It's like it's the same instinct when people see black people and they want to touch their hair. It's the same thing when they did to me too. They used to grab my fucking hair all the time. It's like I don't understand that. So it's like I need to use my sense of touch to understand, like to make sense of what's in front of me, right? So I feel like if that were to happen, I feel like that would come off really rude. You'd be like, Lisa, what the fuck were you touching me for? I'm like, I need to know. I can't understand. My eyes and everything else are failing me, right? Like my other senses are failing me. I have to default to touch, right? But then I'm like, wait, body temperature. What if they're like colder? This is what's gonna like annoy me a little bit too now. I'm like, okay, if I come in contact with a clone, because I'm not technically completely a human, if I come across a clone now, is your body temperature gonna run colder than mine? Or if I come across a lizard person, is their temperature gonna run warmer than mine? Right? Like this is now going through my head. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't touch them because that's kind of rude. And then I don't want to establish any kind of weird connection. And then you're supposed to ask consent. You guys, we need to like establish consent, okay? Because there's too much shit going on where people are just abducting people, doing whatever the fuck they want with them, and then tossing them aside, which isn't fucking okay, okay? Yeah, so for the lizard people that are in power, I can sense them when they're in human form, but I can't feel them when they like shift back. So naturally, people are going to be scared now because they're going to be like, well, you're different from me. Like, you can clearly see a difference now, right? It's not like with clones and with angels and stuff where it's like, okay, they look human, they can pass. I don't have to feel scared, right? Even though we know they've got different traits, like they could be stronger. It's like I should be freaked out that like you could turn me into dust. You know what I mean? But I'm like, I'm not because you look like me, right? But then we've got lizard people now. They look, and not just lizard people, it's the other beings too, where they don't look like us. So now we feel a little unsettled and we're freaked out because we're like, well, right? Like now the fight or flight, whatever thing kicks in. Because now you're going into like, I don't know how to handle this situation, right? So you guys have to be in a position now where you have to be like, well, I want you not to attack me. It's like, Lisa, if I'm in front of you, I don't want you to touch me. I don't want you to attack me, or like, right, like we have to establish this now, right? Like this is gonna come into play now. Okay, so here's my questions for you guys. From my understanding, okay, to the best of my ability and my knowledge, because if I don't ask you guys directly, so I could go and Google this, but then I'm like, that's so rude, right? It's like I don't trust anything that didn't come directly from whoever I'm speaking to, right? So like if you guys are talking, if you guys hear something about me and you're like, and you just like, this is what I'm saying, like I hate when people believe the lies and not the truth. Because the lies are easier to believe, right? It's like if someone hears something about me and they're like, oh, that has to be true. Like right now, when I left, right? All of them bastards are calling me a whore. They're like, oh, Lisa left and she's fucking the landlord. Like they've been saying shit like that, right? All them bastards have been saying that lie. So in their head, to make them feel better, they're like, oh, it makes sense. Lisa, she's in my head. I don't consider myself pretty, right? I don't have pretty people problems, right? But then I don't know how these idiotic people are looking at me. And then they make those idiotic assumptions. They're like, oh, she's pretty. She's probably getting around because she's spreading her legs, right? Like that's what's going on. So that lie is easier for them idiots to believe than for them to think I worked hard, I've gone through and I suffered and done all this shit and I'm doing well on my own, because in their perspective they could never do that, right? They've been failing at this shit. Right? So